Right through the hand. Ouch. Mysterious outbreaks, close quarter combat, and all of the crazy action of Black Iron Prison. Today we're reacting to and breaking down all of the pulse-pounding medical scenes from the Callisto Protocol video game. What kind of horrors lurk around the corners? I don't know, but let's dive right in. What the heck is happening?
What's happening?
Somebody is getting hit with some sort of hammer, sledgehammer. You can cause soft tissue injury, getting hematomas, getting contusions. These are all like fancy words for bruising or blood underneath the skin. You think kidney punches in the back. So your kidneys are a retroperitoneal organ, but they are protected by a lot of muscles. So yes, you can cause some trauma to those areas. Obviously, this is set in a prison. I see prisoners sometimes. Prisoners come in all shapes and sizes, different medical problems. We treat them as if they're any other patient. We don't know what their background is outside of their medical history. A lot of times they come in for chronic medical conditions that can't be managed at the facility that they're at, or they're doing something to get out of their facility and maybe see some sunshine. Oh! Oh! So it wasn't a hammer, it looks like a huge type of crowbar right into the neck. Holy cow. The only way blood sprays like that is if you hit one of the major vessels on the sides of the neck, which it could have occurred, but you're going to hit basically trachea, you're going to hit the esophagus, you're going to go straight through and potentially hit your spinal column and the vertebral bodies and bones and everything like that. Oh! Right through the hand. Ouch. So your hand has so many nerves. It's innervated by all these sensory nerves, these pain fiber nerves, and then going through the hand. You fracture your hand. You're now stuck in the soft tissue. You're going to lose function of the nerves, of the distal component of that. And then obviously you have a lot of blood vessels to that area. Whoa. Any fall greater than 3 times your own height typically is a major trauma. So with these type of injuries from such a fall and you're still alive, we will do probably a head to toe CT scan, head, neck, face, chest, abdomen, pelvis with IV contrast. Obviously we're going to do a clinical assessment, but you do need these ancillary tests to make sure that you're not missing something internal. Whoa, whoa. What did they just use to impale this guy? You're going straight through the sternum potentially. Maybe it's on his left side, more likely to hit the heart because the heart goes down the middle and then shifts over to the left. And that's why you only have 2 major lobes of the left side of your lung versus 3 on the right. You have a small little flap called the lingula on the left side as well. Oh, wow. The amount of force with that calcaneus, the heel, to then take the arm off. I've never seen that. Obviously, we've seen people who've had arms come off, typically due to major traumas, most of the time either car accidents or motorcycle accidents. If that happens where it's basically gone, could you put a tourniquet on it? You would want to if you have enough tissue proximal to the area, time when you're actually putting it on, and get the bleeding to stop. Oh my gosh, just cut this body in half. I've seen comments on previous injuries of people getting cut in half, and there's very rare cases of somebody surviving. Yes, potentially, because the attachment process would be very, very difficult. You're cutting through your intestines, you're cutting through your urogenital system, your P-tubes, you're cutting through your major blood vessels, so your inferior vena cava as well as your abdominal aorta. You see these fan injuries all the time in TV shows and movies. You don't really see it very often in real life. You typically see injuries relating to a lawnmower or a snowblower where something gets caught and an individual forgets to turn it off. They try to remove whatever's blocking it and try to fix it, and then it restarts and either cuts off fingers, a hand, lacerate an arm or a leg. Those are the injuries that you typically see. Oh! You You see people whose jaws potentially get ripped off. That's really hard to do. You can obviously dislocate the joint, you can break the bone, but then also trying to take the whole jaw off. You get these huge masseter muscles on the sides of your face, your pterygoids. A lot of different muscles that are keeping it intact. Taking the boot to the face, you can get fractures of the orbit itself. You can get maxillary fractures, depressed skull fractures, so to speak, if it's above that area. It just depends on what's actually breaking, and then treatment ends up being for us, one, don't sneeze because you're gonna blow some air right into the soft tissue. And then the other component is, do you need plates in there or it's gonna heal on its own? Whoa! This thing is crazy creepy. Spooky, scary. Caused a cervical dislocation. So twisting, rotating. People say, oh my gosh, it's like a chiropractor's technique. It's not. Chiropractors and osteopathic docs, when they do something called HVLA, high velocity, low amplitude, basically they're taking your neck into 3 different planes where one is not an extreme in any direction. Okay. The guy gets impaled through the chest, still alive. So you've all heard me say this, if you get impaled, don't take the object out until you are able to seek medical help. Same idea here. The minute you take that out, it's just probably going to pool and blood go everywhere and you're gonna die super, super fast. Oh, we got a new type of assailant. We have somebody on fire. So the question ends up being, when you're actually fighting somebody on fire, are you getting burned as well? I would assume so. If you're on fire like this, you wouldn't actually be able to breathe because the fire is taking your oxygen away. Plus, you're breathing in the fumes into your airway itself, causing burning, which then will not only slough off tissue, but then will cause a mechanism of you having inflammation, swelling, and will actually cut off your airway as well. Whoa, I was gonna ask, that was my next question. What is the mechanism and how do you actually kill these creatures?
Removing the head or destroying the brain.
This guy just took off his head and it's still coming out. It's almost like running around with a chicken with his head cut off, basically, just like, so same idea here. Oh my gosh, no! Just, he's overtaking him now. Going deep into the brain. There's a small bone on the posterior aspect of the eye socket that's protecting it away from the brain, but the brain's kind of sitting right on the opposite side. This game is really detailed. Interesting concept, really gnarly injuries. If you guys enjoyed this and you want me to do more, please let me know in the comments. And if you want to watch more videos, which I know you do, check out this playlist right here, binge watch it all. Make sure you subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.